Hello everyone and welcome. This is Dalen from TellMeAboutGaming. Sit back, relax, and open up those ears because today we're going to be talking about a newly released indie game by the name of Super Blood Hockey. Let's get into it. So first of all, I just want to apologize real quick for not uploading in a week. I know that sucks, but the reason for it is actually I was waiting for the final parts of my audio setup to arrive. They finally did, and I got everything put together, and from what I can tell so far, it was well worth the wait. Everything seems to be sounding a lot nicer, at least in my opinion. Make sure to let me know down in the comments below. What do you guys think? Does the mic sound a lot better now? Is it better than before? And overall, just do you like it? I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say, and with that being said, let's actually start talking about the game. So let me begin by saying, wow, just absolutely wow, what a surprise this game was. For those of you who do not know, I am a huge hockey fan. I mean, as a Canadian, I really don't have a choice, and the abundance of hockey games on PC has always been something that really bothered me. There have been some attempts at the genre, for example old-time hockey, which I'll actually be releasing a review on later next week, but none of these efforts have really delivered anything that great. Thankfully though, Super Blood Hockey has managed to do just that, deliver greatness. At first glance this may seem like a simple game, which to be fair it really is, but it does simple so right. Let's first start by talking about the art style. For any of you who have played games like Blades of Steel or ice hockey on the NES growing up, this game will feel right at home to you. It does such a great job at pushing those nostalgic buttons in your brain and delivers an extremely nice throwback art style to the super old days of gaming and hockey, but at the same time it still manages to stay modern and unique. I mean, seriously, the amount of nostalgic moments this game has given me is unreal. In fact, just to compare how many influences there are in this game from older ones, I went ahead and found my copy of Blades of Steel, popped it in my NES and played it for a few hours, and it was amazing. It made me realize even more how awesome of a job Super Blood Hockey has done at being a throwback, but also having its own modern twist. Now, with that being said, is this the best pixel art game I have ever seen? No, obviously it is not, but it's not meant to be. This is a hockey game, and the art that is present in here is perfectly executed and fits together in harmony. I seriously have absolutely no complaints about the art. Now, what about the music and the sound? Well, let's start with the music. It's awesome. I mean, seriously, it is so well composed and it fits into the atmosphere and the game without any issues. The man behind the tunes, Sean Daly, has really done a fantastic job here. I just absolutely love the music. What is present is greatly executed and sounds awesome. My only complaint is that sometimes it can be a little bit repetitive, and I think the tracks should be mixed up a little more than what they are, as sometimes you can hear the same thing for quite a while. But with that being said, since the music is so good, it's really not that huge of a deal or that big of a problem. Now, in terms of sound design, once again, I can't complain. I feel like a broken record here saying over and over that everything is great, but there really isn't much else that I can say because so far everything is quite great. The sounds are crunchy and nice, they have that nice old school retro feel to them, they fit the environment and the music very well, and everything sounds like it belongs. The punch of a player is booming and the hit of a post with the puck is piercing. It's just really plain out awesome 8-bit sound, and it sounds great. At this point in my reviews is when I would usually start talking about the story, but this is a sports game, which means there really isn't one, so for that reason we're just going to go ahead and skip right over this section. Now, I want to talk about what is really important in a game, and that is its gameplay. Super Blood Hockey is a very simple hockey game. I've seen the developers refer to it as a Pong variant, and I think that is a perfect description. This is no NHL, there's not any advanced movement mechanics, there's not 50 different buttons to learn. It's simple, and that's what makes it so fun and so good. This is an arcade style hockey game. You pass the puck, you shoot, you check, you fight, and you try to win. That's really, for the main part, all there is to it. Now, of course, on top of that, there are some little twists here and there that add to the game. For example, when first starting a match, there's almost a rock, paper, scissors type scenario in which you get to pick between different types of players for your team, very reminiscent of the ice hockey game for NES. Enforcers are big strong guys that run people over, playmakers are these fast mobility based characters, and snipers can hit that top corner like it's nothing. This adds a very nice element to the game as it allows for different playstyles to be used, and it makes it so you are not restricted to the same type of players, which is great. And speaking of players on the team, for once the goalies are actually something I can brag about. For whatever reason, hockey games have always had the issue of just having absolute potatoes in the net. They cannot stop anything, and finally I am glad to say that Super Blood Hockey has remedied that. The goalies are actually good for once. Now, with that being said, are they the most amazing things on this planet? No, but they're a lot better than a lot of the hockey games I played out there. In fact, they're even better than what some of the NHL games had. The goalies work very well, and on the harder difficulties, they can actually be quite difficult to score against. Now, on top of that, there's also fighting, which is absolutely hilarious. It had me laughing non-stop every time it happened. You can beat the ever-living crap out of each other. In fact, you can basically kill a player. It's insane, it's crazy, and it's mayhem. And there's actually a really cool thing here where, because there's not really any rules in the game, that means there's not really any power plays. And the way that the developer remedied this is he actually made the fights almost turn into a power play. So whoever wins the fight usually will have an extra player than the other team for a little bit, as one of the other players on the other team got the crap beaten out of him and he's still bleeding out. So that's kind of a unique and interesting way to handle it, and I think it was really cool, very unique, and I very much enjoy it. Now, of course, there's a bunch of different game modes. There's your normal, just tournament mode and exhibition mode where you can just play regular old matches, but there's also these challenge modes, which are really, really cool. There's multiple different ones, and by beating them, you actually unlock different things for the game, different settings. Now, these vary very much in the playstyle and what they are. For example, one of these modes let you control your goalie manually, just like Blades of Steel, so when you're being attacked, you can actually control your goalie and try to save the puck yourself. There's also a Mega Rumble mode where it's like a 12 versus 12 insanity mode. It's so much fun to play, and when a fight breaks out in this mode, it's absolutely crazy. I couldn't stop laughing when it happened. Now, on top of all this stuff, that's also something I want to mention that kind of blew my mind that I wasn't expecting. There's a lot of comedy in this game. I laughed a lot of times at different things that happened in this game. For example, I actually remember one point, my players didn't get off the ice fast enough, and the Zamboni came out and actually ran them over. It's crazy. Overall, the game is just outright fun. There's not much else I can say about it. It's a hell of a time. There's so much fun to be had, there's so much comedy, there's so much game modes, there's so much variety, and it's just good old arcade style gameplay. Now, the only thing I do want to mention is the game does have local multiplayer, which is absolutely awesome, but if this game had online multiplayer, I think that would shoot this game to the stars. In fact, it would probably become one of my favorite indie games of the year if it could add online multiplayer. Now, as far as I can tell, this was actually developed by one person other than the composer, so I can understand why multiplayer hasn't been added yet, but if that is possible, that would be absolutely amazing, and for what this developer has done on his own, just with what is already here, is absolutely mind-blowing. This has quickly become one of my favorite indie games in a long time, and I think it deserves a good amount of praise and recognition. So with all that being said, I'm going to stop rambling now. I don't want this video to be 8 hours long, because I could just keep talking about this game. I'm just going to say overall this game was a super fun time. It's really well designed, very well made, and I really cannot praise it enough. If you're looking for a hockey game, check out this game. If you're not looking for a hockey game, check out this game. If you don't even own a PC, go buy one and check out this game. It's just great overall fun, and for the price, it is well worth the money. So a big 2 thumbs up to the developer on this. So everyone, that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun playing this game and a lot of fun making the review, so I had a great time making this video. A quick thank you and a quick disclaimer about this. I was provided a review copy by the developer, which means I was provided a free copy a week early before the game's release, so I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop about that so you knew. A quick disclaimer on that, so there you guys go, and a huge thank you to the developer for doing that for me. With that being said, anyway guys, let's end the video here. Again, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see your beautiful minds in the next video. If you wish to support the channel and want to assist me in my continued creation of videos, there are several ways of doing so. First of all, you can head on over to teespring.com/tellmeaboutgaming to check out the official merch for the channel and maybe consider picking something up to show your support. You can also head over to my Patreon at patreon.com/tellmeaboutgaming for exclusive rewards and information, and to offer continued support to the channel. Also, you can follow me on Twitter in order to stay up to date with the channel and everything that is going on. And finally, just simply liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and leaving a comment helps me out. Thanks everyone.